Welcome, welcome, welcome
Hey, hey, hey.
from X to Z.
And it's going to be some from Z to X. So let's be honest. You are correcting me more than I'm correcting you.
Sometimes, not always, not as much. There was a lot
Not
of
as much.
correction. There was a lot of correction going both ways in the beginning.
Yeah, year one was more you than me, like me more correcting you than you correcting me. Year two was probably you correcting me more than me correcting you.
Yeah,
Are we in year three?
yeah.
It's only been 2 years.
Oh my
It's been a
gosh.
whole lifetime. Let's be honest. It's been a whole lifetime. So,
So,
um,
anyways, welcome back to another episode of Dave and Hannah rambling on, chit-chatting about all the things that are so fun. Today, we are talking about
buying shit.
buying stuff, buying houses, buying businesses. You get a house, you get a house, you get a house, you get a business, you get a business, you get a business. Oh my
Yeah, it's not
gosh.
quite like that. It's not quite like that at all. But it is overwhelming and emotionally exhausting and very exciting. Your whole world gets turned upside down. You have um, the ability to concentrate on nothing else and get nothing else done. And yet you have so much that's important to get done. And how do you work through all of that?
Yeah.
Or are you
I'm
leaving me
sorry.
alone
I'm
here?
sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm so distracted. I just had the most morbid thought and I really am struggling to get past it and you're going to have to recoup for me what you just said. But I'm reading a book right now where this person dies and he owns an empire of businesses and that's the only place in the world where anyone's ever going to be like you get a business, you get a business, you get a business. It's like at
Yeah.
the will reading. And so
Yeah. Yeah.
anyways, needed to verbally express that before
Sure. Sure.
we
And
could.
I
But
don't think any of my kids are looking for that day to happen. I don't think any of them want to own a business by themselves. And I, get affirmations that they're not looking for me to be dead from time to time.
no, it'd be
So
911. Hey, uncles. What do
I,
we do?
what do we do now? So, and there's lots of friends in business that will help people out as they transition and stuff. And like, I think that, around the industry, it would be incredibly encouraging to see the people that step up to help people. Because there's lots of people that love your mom and I, and there's lots of people that love you guys. And so there will be people that will step up that you wouldn't expect. But
Yeah, but
that's a
that's one of
problem
the
for a lot. Let's get off of that awful subject.
and that's one of the amazing things about community. Community is really valuable, and we'll just transition right out of this. Last night, I took my husband for his first birthday party. It was so fun. No, not his first birthday party, but his first birthday party with him as my husband, and it was really, really fun to see the community of people that came out and just surrounded so much love and surrounded us with so much love. But I was having this conversation with a client the other day who was talking about community and just the value of building it and the importance of connecting with other people around you. And she was talking to me about her daughter and how her daughter was struggling with this one thing. And I was like, send me your daughter's phone number. Like, let me reach out to her. I can't wait to do that. And just, I think that transportation, much like the community that Grayson and I are involved in, is very for one another always. And transportation is just so great.
Yeah, yeah, that is definitely one of the things I love about transportation. And so as we continue to try and grow our business, our little business, getting off the ground in Florida this week, we
We
have
did.
actually I didn't. Hannah signed a purchase and sale agreement with a company known as Driver Force Inc. out of Birmingham, Alabama, and we now own the assets of. We didn't buy the corporation. That's a whole different legal conversation that no one really cares about. But we bought Driver Force Inc. Um, And that's pretty exciting because the very first business that I ever bought was Dragon Force. So it was just kind of an interesting little throwback, and makes me think of those experiences, and in Hamilton with the Dragon Force team. There's a couple ladies there that we worked with, and good people. And yeah, we had a really good run with that. And that was an exciting time for us as a family. And so I'm excited to see what's going to happen here in Florida with Driver Force Inc. and Revolution Staffing, both as members of the Better Together.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be a very exciting year. I think everybody has different years, right? I feel like specifically recently people have like your mottos, your themes, your goals, whatever you want to call them. And the last couple of years have been a little alarming at the beginning of the year. Just lots of stuff going on, lots of moving pieces. But this year,
transitions and changes and new hires and new
yeah,
exits and
in
all sorts of
many
things every
different
year.
ways. Yeah, absolutely. But this year we are in such a place that I'm just like so excited for what is to come with Florida, with the purchase of this business, with our team, with our management structure. Like everything is so exciting. There's so many things in the works, and I don't know what the theme of 2024 is going to be. I mean, we've talked about a couple things, and back to basics is one of them. But that aside, big moves is a big thing in 2024, and this is a huge part of it.
I'm on the, my mindset towards 2024 motto or slogan would be let's go. Like, let's
get her done.
It. So, and I feel like we've got a special team around us right now, and some really great pieces coming together for that team. Just be like, hey, we're go-getters. We are a team of go-getters. And I'm excited to have that attitude around the buildings and on the Zoom calls every morning or Google Meet. It was I was thinking about this morning. I was driving away. I dropped out of the morning call pretty abruptly this morning.
You did.
I don't think abruptly even begins to describe it. But should we call those huddles or should we call those meetings? When you call them meetings, it kind of has a negative, like, here we go, another. But every time we come in there, Mom said to me just the other day, those people sound like they're having a good time.
Yeah, Grayson says that all the time. It's like your meetings and my meetings are not the same. Like my meetings are very serious. He has phone calls that can be fun, but he's like, our meetings are very strict and put together. And I'm like, that's not how we necessarily do it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of we have so many people who work in different countries or different provinces and are from different places, and we're adding additional states, and it's so hard to kind of create that like community amongst team members. But Huddle is, I mean, it's basically just like changing the newsletter to a news drop. It's the same. It's just different. But like,
yeah. So we'll be dropping some news on Monday about this acquisition, and we're super excited about that. But the other thing we were going to talk about was buying houses. So Hanny, you're currently waiting any minute to hear back was whether or not they accept your offer.
I'm sweating. Actually, no, I'm freezing. Alternatively, when I have like anxious moments, I get really like shaky and like I just like I'm vibrating off the walls. No, we're very excited about it. It is the first time we've ever put an offer in on a house. So this is a new process for us. It's crazy. It feels like floating on a cloud and waiting for it to evaporate so I can just plummet to the earth and crash. But in all the best ways, like it's insane going through it for the first time and being like, oh no. this is really nice, and I wasn't that serious about this, but I might have to get serious about this. And then coming home and having conversations with Grayson about like who's gonna say it first? Are you gonna say it first, or am I gonna say it first? Are you gonna say that you want to move there first, or am I gonna say that I want to move there first? Like we're just kind of like, but as we're chit chatting about it, it just becomes so evident that we're both so excited about the concept of it, and then being like, okay, no, step back, step back. Need to go look at some other houses. Need to go do the due diligence. Need to go check out some other places, and then walking through other places and just being like, this is nice. It's nice. And then as soon as we leave, being like, but it's not that house. And so just like coming to the understanding of what we wanted to do and then loan applications and insurance. And that was so much fun to learn how to do.
And then isn't it exciting when you're putting together a loan application going, there's no way they're going to say yes. There's no way they're going to say yes. And then they say yes. And you're like, I can actually do this. It's not just like pie in the sky dreaming stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why. I didn't really have any fear about not getting approved. Like,
oh, you should have.
I should have. Absolutely, I should have. But in so many ways, one of my biggest things is like, nothing can stand in my way. Like, if they don't approve me, somebody else will. And like, I'll go figure it out. So it doesn't really matter if we decide that this is the house we want, this is the house we're going to get. And so,
yeah, the most understated statement of the day. My thing is, nothing can stand in my way. If I want it, I'm going to go get it.
It's so funny.
It's like that's a commercial for your whole life right there. When we take that soundbite out and just make that your emoji.
It's embarrassing, but it's funny because it's a really weird concept because you want to be able to say that without being like, I'm the best, because like that's not true. I am not the best. I don't know anything from anything, but like if I set my mind to it, she's a determined girl. And so, but it's funny because I was having a very similar conversation with Campbell. I've told you a lot about her. This 16-year-old girl. She's a pro wakeboarder. She went pro this year. She ended up first on the roster for pros her first year. And yeah, we went rock climbing with her the other night, and we were talking to her, and she was basically just saying to me, she's like, there's nothing I can't do in 6 months. Nothing I can't do. And I was like, explain this to me. And she has an older brother. She has the same mindset. Anything he can do, I can do better. Anything he can do, I can do too. We literally talked about it. And she's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care that he's a guy. I don't care that he's 2 years older than me. I can do whatever he can do. And she's grown up with this mentality, and they played ninjas, like the Ninja Warrior games, whatever, as kids. And now she's just learned to dominate and like has this mentality. But we were having this conversation about it, and we left, and it was just like evaluating it a little bit post conversation. And it was like, was that like entitled? No, like not even in the slightest. It was just
self-fulfilling
and confidence and assurance in herself. And I was like, that's damn impressive. Like, that's so cool, but it's so hard to do. But the 16-year-old girl, man, I'm so excited. Right. I'm so excited.
Oh, good for her. Good for her.
Anyways, that kind of like conversation is insane. So anyways, bringing it back to the house, I was like, if we decide on this house, we'll figure it out. Doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. But
well, and that's an exciting thing for you guys. I really hope that you're successful in it. They're not going to accept your first offer. You understand that. You're a negotiating pro. You'll get what you get, and it'll work out or it won't work out. Just, as I've always said to you, my dad said to me, no deal's too good of a deal to walk away from.
Yes.
And you have to be that emotionally detached so that you don't end up and feel.
You are right. I'm a rock. I am a rock.
You want this place so desperately. It's crazy. And so
Holding it together just fine. You know what? No, if this doesn't end up fine, if this doesn't end up working out, even if everything goes through and the evaluation falls through the cracks, it'll be how it'll be. It's fine. But
right.
anyways,
And
that's the
I
emotional
think that
process of purchasing a house.
sure. So just to tag on to the end of that, how many people, plus 5 and 10 years your age have in the past 36 months in Canada in particular gone through this process to end up in a spot where they were bidding against other people for a house and losing, falling in love with the house and losing it to somebody who had more money or was going to pay more or whatever. I bet you're glad you're not in that.
I am very glad I'm not in that situation. No, realistically, we're in a great spot. Like we're in the US, which helps immensely. Not being in Canada to try and buy real estate is a major benefit. But yeah, we're just it's a slower pace. It's been on the market for a while. It's a much more relaxing process. I'm not good at waiting though. I'm not good at being patient. This is like one of the hardest things I've had.
But
No
the anxiety
control.
of being in those bidding situations would have been awful. Sure. Thankful that you're not going through that. Um, yeah, all in all, guys, this has been a big week for Hannah and I. We bought a business in Florida and she's trying to buy a house. Stay tuned for next week when you'll find out if she got the
What
house.
happens? Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Thanks a lot for hanging out, guys. Have a great day.